Okay, so supply side policies sound fantastic. So what's not to like? Um, as you'll know if you've watched any of my other videos, in general, when I'm looking to evaluate policies, government policies, I'll tend to look at firstly whether they work, their effectiveness, and secondly, whether they may work, but they have undesirable side effects. But with supply side policies, you can also add kind of a sense of appropriateness. So some economists argue that supply side policies aren't always fully appropriate. If you're a Keynesian in a recession, you might say, well, what's the point of increasing the size of the glass? Our focus should be on increasing the level of demand. So a Keynesian might argue that if you're in a recession, and your glass is down here, if you increase the size of the glass, if you increase productivity, all you're going to do is increase unemployment. It's like, there's not enough jobs as it is, so firms become more efficient. All you're going to do is to increase the output gap, and you could show that on ADAS, by kind of saying, well, look, let's suppose we're here at Y1, and that's full employment. If you boost the capacity of the economy, then all you're going to do is kind of increase the negative output gap further. So instead of having an output gap of that much, you've got an output gap of that much, and maybe you're going to increase unemployment. There's a lot of debate over the truth of this, and if you're a neoclassical economist, you're going to say, well, this doesn't matter because we're not going to be stuck in recession anyway, and blah 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 blah. But I think it seems reasonable. Certainly, it's not necessarily you want to stop doing supply side policies, just because the economy is in recession, but maybe the emphasis should be somewhere else. Secondly, you can look at the effectiveness of supply side policies. So, are they actually going to work? And when you're looking at this, my advice generally would be to pick a supply side policy, and try just to think specifically about that policy in terms of how well do you think it's going to work. Generic evaluations are obviously, all these things tend to take quite a long time. So if you think about corporation tax, if you think about kind of investing in infrastructure, as I said before, these infrastructure projects, they take years even to get started, and before they're finished, a long time can have passed. So you're not looking at a quick fix here. Sometimes, you got to think about things like confidence issues, especially if you're looking in capital market policies, trying to get firms to invest. When we talked about investment, we said that animal spirits were the key to investment. So even if you cut corporation tax, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to increase the level of investment if firms aren't confident. And also, it's kind of international levels of corporation tax are going to be important. So it's not just your level; it's kind of where else can they go. So Ireland has very, very low, or has until recently very, very low corporation tax. So even if you cut yours, maybe everybody's still going to go to Ireland anyway. You might want to think about the expense. So spending, cutting taxes to encourage, increase incentives to work or spend more money on education and training. That's all fine. But it comes at a cost. Maybe that's going to increase the budget deficit, which elsewhere, we talked about, it might, kind of increase crowding out, and just kind of the nature of the policy. So we talk about, well, let's spend money on education and training, let's improve the quality of the workforce. I mean, we've been doing this for, I don't know, as long as I've been studying economics. So I started doing A-level in 1984, and it's just like, no, earlier than that. We still don't seem to have the workforce that businesses want. They're always saying that students lack basic skills in this, that, and the other. So maybe it's just maybe there's a risk of government failure, that actually a lot of these government interventions are just going to be ineffective, or we build the wrong type of infrastructure. We build roads to nowhere, bridges that nobody needs, and so on. So it's easy to kind of say, let's use supply-side policies. It's easy to come up with supply-side policies, but how effective they're going to be is an interesting question. And lastly, even if they do work, you might wish that they hadn't. So the last thing is kind of, are there going to be side effects? And a lot of the supply side policies, especially this is true, for kind of free market, non-interventionist supply side policies, like 0 hours contracts, or cutting unemployment benefit or making it harder to get. They may well increase flexibility. They may well increase the the overall size of your workforce and so on. But the impact on inequality, the impact on living standards, of people, at the lower end of the income spectrum, may make you wonder whether increasing the overall size of the pie, increasing the overall growth of the economy, whether that's really worth it if most people aren't actually benefiting. So, as I say though, when you're evaluating supply side policies, my advice is pick a policy, explain it, and then think about precisely whether that policy will be appropriate, whether it'll be effective, and whether it'll have unfortunate side effects.